In June 1972, a woman appeared in Cedars-Sinai Hospital in nothing but a white, covered gown. Now this in itself should not be too surprising, as people often have accidents nearby and come to the nearest hospital for medical attention. But there were two things that caused people who saw her to and flee in terror. The first being that she wasn't exactly she resembled something close to but had the quality and fluidity of a normal human being. Her face was as flawless as devoid and smeared in makeup. There was a meat in her so unnaturally tight that it could be seen, and the blood was still squirting out over her gown and onto the floor. She then pulled it out her ass, tossed it aside, and smacked like a drum. From the moment she stepped through the entrance to when she was taken to the hospital room and cleaned up before being prepped for sedation, she was completely calm and the doctors thought it best to restrain her until the authorities would arrive, and she did not They were unable to get any kind of response from her, and most staff members felt too uncomfortable to look directly at her for more than a few seconds. But the second the staff tried to sedate her, she fought back with extreme force. Two members of staff had to hold her down as her body rose up on the bed with that same blank expression. She turned her eyes towards them and did something unusual. She smiled. As she did, the female screamed and let go out of shock. In the were not human, but long, sharp spikes, too long for her to close fully without causing any damage. The stared back at her for a moment before asking, "What the fuck?" She cracked her down to her to observe him, still. There was a long pause. He had been and could be stripped to the bait. As he heard them approach, she darted forward, sinking her into the front of his coat, ripping out his and deep throat circus, gasping for air as he choked on his own. She stood up and leaned over him, her face coming dangerously close to his as the life faded from his eyes. She leaned closer and whispered in his ear. The doctor's eyes filled with as he watched her calmly walk away to greet the His last ever sight would be watching her feast on them, smack ass like a drum, one by one. The female who survived the incident named her the Expressionless. There was never a sighting of her again.